In one of the oldest deserts on Earth, there's a town where sand pours through the front doors of grand mansions. It fills the ballrooms to the ceiling, climbs the staircases, and buries pianos and bathtubs where they stand. A little over a century ago, this was one of the richest places in all of Africa. A town so wealthy it had luxuries most cities of its time could only dream of. Today, no one lives here at all. The desert is swallowing it, room by room, year by year. So how did a town this rich end up abandoned to the sand? And stranger still, why was it ever built out here in the middle of nowhere, in the first place? The answer was hiding right there in the ground. This is Kolmanskop, deep in the Namib Desert of southern Namibia, just a few miles inland from the coast. The Namib is one of the driest, most lifeless places on the planet. No water, no farmland, nothing that could ever support a town. By every logic, nobody should live here. For centuries, nobody did. The only reason a town appeared in this harsh, empty sand was because of what was buried beneath it. Because in 1908, in the middle of this wasteland, someone reached down, picked something up off the ground, and realized the desert was scattered with diamonds. It began with a railway worker named Zacharias Lewala. He was shoveling drifting sand off the train tracks when he spotted a small clear stone glinting in the light. He handed it to his German supervisor, who recognized it instantly. A diamond. Lewala himself was never rewarded, but word spread, and within weeks, a full-blown diamond rush had begun. This was a German colony then, and the settlers built a lavish little slice of Europe right in the dunes. In a place with no water, they built an ice factory, a ballroom, a theater, a casino, a bowling alley, and a hospital with the first X-ray machine in the entire southern hemisphere. They even laid the first tram line in Africa. In the early days, the diamonds were so plentiful that workers simply crawled across the sand at night, picking them up by moonlight because they sparkle in the dark. But the glittering town had a shadow. The wealth was dug out by around 800 local laborers housed in separate compounds in a colony built on brutal violence, while the German residents danced in the ballroom. And it wouldn't last. The easy diamonds began to run thin. Then, in 1928, prospectors made a discovery that doomed Kolmanskop for good. A far richer diamond field, hundreds of kilometers to the south, near the Orange River. Compared to that, Kolmanskop's diamonds suddenly looked like scraps, and so the people did the only rational thing. They left. And this is where the story we tell gets it slightly wrong. We look at the sand-filled rooms and say, the desert swallowed the town. But the sand didn't kill Kolmanskop. Money did. The residents weren't driven out by the dunes. They simply packed up and chased the new fortune south, one family at a time. They pulled up the machinery and shipped it away. By the 1950s, the last family walked out and locked nothing behind them. Only then did the Namib move in, drifting through the open doors and windows of houses that no one had bothered to close, quietly filling the empty rooms. What we photograph today isn't a town the desert conquered. It's a town people abandoned, and a desert that simply took back the space. And that is the real reason it's there. Kolmanskop was never really about the desert at all. It existed for one reason only, the lucky patch of diamonds hiding in the sand, and it died the very moment something shinier turned up somewhere else. The dunes aren't destroying it out of cruelty. They're just reclaiming ground that was only ever borrowed from a town that was always temporary and never truly belonged. Those sand-filled ballrooms are a quiet reminder that a fortune built on a single stroke of luck can vanish as fast as it came, and that the desert, unlike the people who chased the diamonds, was never in any hurry. That's why it's there. Every place hides a story like this, just beneath the surface. We'll keep digging them up, one map at a time.